Okay, how many species are there in this world? Actually, we don't know how many species are there. Homo sapiens is a species, mammals are species, and also birds are species. Okay. So elephant are species. So many categories of species are there in this world. So Homo sapiens, that means human being, is also a species. That means projati. Among all these species, who is the most intelligent species? Yeah? Homo sapiens. Except Homo sapiens, except human being, what is the second
Chimpanzee.
most? Yeah?
Chimpanzee.
Chimpanzee. Ape. Is there any difference between ape and chimpanzee?
Yes. Ape refers to birds.
Yeah, ape refers to
Apes refer to birds or those who have wings.
wings. And chimpanzee?
Apes.
What is the difference between chimpanzee and ape? Okay, that would be the class in geography and science. What is the task? Ape mane ape. You said ape. Okay. So human beings are the most intelligent species. Then chimpanzee. Then what we can say? Whales. Then is an ant unintelligent?
Yes.
Who said?
Industrious.
Intelligent. Yeah, you think so. Actually, ant might be industrious. Yeah, as we have learned from several writings. But dolphin is might be. Yeah. Yes. Okay, so among the all species, human beings are the most intelligent species, and apart from that, we can make a ratio that what would be the second intelligent species. It might be chimpanzee, but chimpanzee can do many things quite similar to human being, and also dolphin. Dolphin can respond to every talking done by the rearer who will be training the dolphin. Dolphin can understand the speech of the trainer very quickly. But our concern is that among the all species, only human being can learn language, can speak. So if you compare chimpanzee and human being, so we can make an analogy whose brain is more effective, who can do more kind of complicated job we can do, but it is proved that chimpanzee can't speak. Okay, chimpanzee can do many manual work, even laborious job in comparison to human being, but they can't speak like human being. And this is researched by Arnold Gazelle in his lab that we have watched in the movie. That is, he has said that human beings learn language naturally. It is a natural phenomenon. Previously, we have heard the same feeling. That is, we have heard the speech of Noam Chomsky. Noam Chomsky said that language learning is a matter of our innate capability. And previously we have learned, that is Pavlov and Skinner, they said that language learning is a matter of our behavior. Okay. Now in this stage that Arnold Gazelle, he said and he researched that language learning is a common and natural phenomena. And this natural phenomena, language learning, can be happened by two different principles. Language learning is a human specific faculty, he said, and language exists as an independent faculty in human mind although it is part of the internal total cognitive apparatus. Yeah, my hand is very tough. Okay, I can put, and it will hit exactly to your nose. So, and although it is a part of the learner's total cognitive apparatus, and it is separate from the general cognitive mechanism responsible for intellectual development. So language learning is done naturally by the cognitive faculty of human being, and that cognitive faculty is different from other cognitive faculty related to others. That means the problem solving authority. That means suppose a child will be doing something to solve a problem. So problem solving mechanism is done by the different part of our brain, and language learning ability is done by the different part of our brain, and that is the mechanism done by the opposite apparatus. And this I am looking for the term actually he said. Okay, so Gazelle said that language learning is done with the help of two things. What are the two things? One, genetic, for the development of language, so genetic features, and also another, the features of the environment. And with the help of genetics, every child will learn a language naturally through the gradual development. And he also said the importance of other thing, that is environment. So genetics and environment, two different things, will be helping a child to learn a language naturally with the help of brain. What are the stages? By following a stage. He said that the gradual development, language learning development, will done by two different ways. With the help of our genetics, that means, and another thing is that with the help of the environment. And he has said that one stage will not be similar to the second stage. So in one stage you can understand Aklima Abida. Why you are talking? Shut up. So there are some stages of language learning. Okay. So these are the stages you see. That is the stage of equilibrium, and stage up to 18 months. And you have see a car over there. That is 2 years, then 2 years and a half, and 3 years, 3 years and a half, 4 years, 4 years and a half, 5 years, 5 years and a half, 6 years, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, 9 years, 10 years, 11 years. So language learning will be done spontaneously with the help of two materials. That is, according to our genetics, our human brain is inherited by some information or the intellectuality. With those we can learn a language. And what I was trying to say, that a 3 years child will produce a different kind of thing. It can solve a problem. And 5 years child will be solving a different kind of problem. We have seen that a 5 years child, she started reading. But we have seen in the video that is a 3 years and onwards, a 2-year child, she can't hold a smallest thing. But a 5 years child, she can read something. So what it will happen if we accept that a 3-year child will be able to read and write? Gazelle said no. You can't accept a thing beyond their natural development. So child mind and psychology will be developed gradually and naturally. So we can accept more than the child's natural development. A 3-year child will not have his developed brain to read something. So if you want your 3-year child that he or she will be reading something, that would be different. Gazelle said no. That means child development will be done naturally and spontaneously. So this is happening in case of the child development, that is stages of development, and that is done by several stages. Okay, we have seen this, the major development theories over here. That means several categories of child over there. They can solve a problem, he can solve a problem, she can solve a problem, she can solve a different problem, she is playing, someone is actually playing the different things. Okay, so the several stages of development we will see regarding a child. So child will develop his or her brain naturally, spontaneously, following a sequence. So we can't accept more overcoming the sequence of child brain. And this child development theory done by Gazelle is called maturation theory of language learning. Okay, so this maturation theory that is done by Gazelle, he was born in 1880 and died in 1981. Okay, he is the founder of Yale Clinic of Child Development, and in the 50 years of his time at the Yale Clinic, he and his colleagues developed behavior norms for children and tests to assess their level of behavior. That means Arnold Gazelle, for 50 years, he had been investigating the child behavior and the child psychology at Yale University lab. 50. Yeah, 50 years. Okay, so did it. So Gazelle created a series of development tests that assess the readiness of the children to school, whether a child will be ready in which age. Naturally, we see that yes, a child should go to school after 5 years. But you see, many English medium schools, they get admission to school after 3 years. Okay, preschool, and before KG1, there are several. That means play, nursery, KG1, KG2, then standard 1. Okay, so these are the categories that is actually Gazelle had been investigating. And as I have said, that a child brain will be ready for something for a different age. So before that, we can't accept that he or she will be doing something different, something more advantageous position in his learning. So that is very common, and Gazelle has investigated in several years. One of these tests was the incomplete man test. This test was designed, investigated the maturity, capacity, and individual among children in the 1950 decades in order to test the school readiness. So what is the capacity? Actually 3 years age child will not solve the problem, as we have seen in the video. That is, he can, whenever she was asked to put the rectangular and the circle in a different shape, so she can do it, but when it was put in a zigzag way, in a different way, she failed to do so. That means a 3-year child will not have that ability to solve a problem discovering from his or her brain. So that is the maturity. So if child language learning maturity will be done in such a way. and one time a child will learn all things regarding the language, and then what will happen? We will see what will happen then. One stage, the key terms of Gestalt theory is that is maturation. Maturation is a process of child's development and is directed by genes. Actually, I was looking for this previous time. Directed by genes. Genes in a fixed sequence. So, gene is important, but serially it will develop. Not abruptly it will come to some time. That means 3-year child has started writing. Cannot be that because it's whenever it is not ready to write. Okay, so according to Gestalt's theory, that is called maturity. Maturity of a child will occur following two processes. One process with the help of gene. That means gene will help the child naturally to develop his mind or behavior. Okay. আমরা একটা বাচ্চা দেখলাম না যে একজন দর্শনার্থী আসছে তাকে সে টাং দেখাই দিল জিহ্বা দেখাই দিল ওকে সো দ্য ম্যাচুরিটি তার আসে না সো উই ক্যান অ্যাকসেপ্ট দ্যাট দিস চাইল্ড উইল বি ডুইং ডিফারেন্ট বিহেভিয়ার লাইক আ এজড পারসন ওকে আরেকটা চাইল্ড দেখলাম যে একটা বাচ্চা ম্যাচই করে ফেলেছে বাচ্চাটা তার মা তাকে হচ্ছে বকা দিচ্ছে ওকে সেটাও আমরা আশা করতে পারি না হোয়াই নট বিকজ দ্য চাইল্ড ডিডন্ট হ্যাভ দ্যাট ম্যাচুরিটি দ্যাট হি or she has to do a different thing like an adult because she haven't got that maturity. So maturity will be a developed stage of a brain of every human being, especially for the child, that will come following two different routes, that is with the help of our gene, and it will come sequentially. That means serially, one after another. 1 year says, 2 years says, 3 years says, 6 years says, in such a way. Readiness. The ability to learn abstractly and to comprehend the purpose of one's work before mastering the learning or the task. So purpose of one's work, why? So every action will have a purpose. So we have seen, that means whenever a child will be moving somewhat, what he is trying to do, that means he is trying to complete a thing. Suppose he tries to catch a thing. So when he will be ready, then if I put a problem to a child, and if the child can solve the problem, then we can say the child is ready. And that will be happening after 4 years or 5 years. Okay, then that is called he is ready or she is ready, and he or she can solve a problem. That is the second part of Gestalt's theory, that is readiness. Whether the child is ready to do a thing or not. Third one, individuality. Okay, we have seen here in this picture, okay, there are several children, yeah, but all children are doing the different thing. Okay, but they are in the same platform, they are getting the same kind of equipments to play with. Okay, but they are not doing the same thing. Someone are making the statue, someone are playing with the girls, someone are making their hands upwards. Okay, so that is the difference. So the third important theory of Gestalt's theory, that is the individuality. A behavior trait where the child has a sense of oneself. Okay, oneself, that means I like to do it in different way. Okay, every child will not be reacting to something, common thing, quite similarly, not like that. They will be reacting in a different way. They say that some children will be slow in learning, slow in reacting or learning. Okay, and apart from the slow child, there will be another category of child. They will be learning something very extrovertly. That means he or she will be doing something more courageously in comparison to the slow developed child. And between these two, there is not slow, not extrovert, not fast, but between these two there is a moderate. But the moderate category of child will try to show a thing slow and steady, and this category of child will think and will do a thing in their own way after getting. That means this category of child will try to do something in a very mature way. Okay, not like the child that developed slowly and that developed fastly. Okay. So these are the individually. So individuality will vary to different. So you can't claim a child that yes, why you are slow, do it quick. Why you are haste, do it slowly. Okay, Gesell said that naturally individuality will come to child, and child will catch the individually what is suited for his gene. তার জিনে যে ধরনের ক্যাপাসিটি আছে সেটাই সে চাইল্ডটা দেখাবে, শো করবে। তার জিনে যদি থাকে যে সে কি হবে, একটু গম্ভীর টাইপ হবে, হ্যাঁ সেটা করবে। যদি বলে যে ফাস্ট হবে, সে ফাস্ট হবে। ওকে। And fourth one again, maturity, behavior traits exhibited during a child's development and the capacity, behavior traits of adapting and learning from the child's social environment. Okay, so these are the 4 or 5 parts of Gesell's theory of maturations. Yeah? Which one? Yeah. Actually, in case of individuality, why it is different, Gesell investigation, a famous investigation done by Gesell, that was he took twin babies. Naturally, we see that twin babies will be of similar behavior or attitude, and there he has proved that actually twin baby cannot be quite similar to their gene, but their behavior cannot be similar. So, after investigating this twin baby, he observed that the individuality will be different to child. It will not be similar to even the twin babies. Okay, that is the capacity of maturity. Gesell's theories, important things. Okay, there is an example that is collected from a child requires the ability to ride a cycle as it learns its strength, balance, and coordination. So maturation. So if a child only have the strength, okay, how many of you can ride on bicycle? How many? Bicycle চালাতে পারেন? পারেন। যারা হাত তোলেননি তারা ধরে নেব পারে না। তার মানে কি, তাদের কি স্ট্রেংথ নাই? তাদের স্ট্রেংথ আছে, কিন্তু তারা পারে না কেন? তাদের হচ্ছে কি নাই, ব্যালেন্স নাই, এবং তাদের কি নাই, কোঅর্ডিনেশন নাই। ওকে, সো ইট হ্যাপেন্স টু দ্য ম্যাচুরিটি। সো ম্যাচুরিটি উইল কাম উইথ দ্য হেল্প অফ জেনেটিক্স, বাট এনভায়রনমেন্টের কারণে সে সেটা শিখতে পারবে। সো দ্যাট ইজ দ্য ম্যাচুরিটি। সো there are some characteristics of maturations. What are the characteristics? Sum of gene effect. Sum of gene effect means genetical. এটার ইফেক্ট প্রথমতই থাকবে। ম্যাচুরেশন ইজ দ্য নেট সাম অফ দ্য জিন এফেক্ট অফ অপারেটিং আ সেলফ লিমিটিং লাইফ সাইকেল, অটোমেটিক প্রসেস। ম্যাচুরেশন থিওরির প্রথম কথাই হলো যে অটোমেটিকলি ইট উইল কাম টু ইউ। ইট ইজ নট লাইক দ্য সোশ্যাল বিহেভিয়ার লাইক Pavlov's theory of and Skinner theory. Okay, but it can be quite similar to the idea of Noam Chomsky's theory, that is with the help of our brain. But here he has said that is the mental development will be automatic with the help of our gene. Growth and development, completion of growth, modification from within. Modification from within. একটা সময় আমরা একটা বেবিকে দেখলাম ভিডিওতে যে yes, once upon a time she did a different thing. Actually first one is a cube, একটা কিউব ছিল, তারপরে সেই কিউবটা সে বানালো, কিন্তু যখন অনেকগুলো দেওয়া হলো he make a different shape. Okay, that is the modification from within. That means with the help of her brain capacity she did it own self. Condition of learning, factors of maturation and essential for learning skills. That will be so. There are 4 kinds of maturity. Physical maturity will be there, then mental maturity, emotional and spiritual. All kind of maturity will come following the gene and sequence. Okay, so spirituality and emotional maturity, what will come? Not in every ages. 6 মাসের বাচ্চা, 1 বছরের বাচ্চা, 2 বছরের বাচ্চার মধ্যে সেই ইমোশনটা সেরকম থাকবে, কিন্তু আবার ডেভেলপ হলে বয়স বাড়লে থাকবে। So these are the 4 kinds of maturity of Gesell's theory. Okay, so Lindbergh emphasized the biological prerequisite of language. and only Homo sapiens was capable of learning language. So we have seen that, but there is a colleague, actually colleague student, Lindbergh. He had been working with Gazelle in his lab. Thus, whereas even severely retarded human beings were able to develop the rudiments of language, even the most socially and intellectually advanced of the primates, chimpanzees, were incapable of mastering the creativity of language. Okay, chimpanzee has creativity, but they can't produce language. Okay. So Lambert argued that the child's brain was specially adapted to the process of language acquisition, but that this innate propensity was lost as maturation took place. That means this innate capacity, language sensitive capacity of our brain, when a child will be 11 years of age, then that capacity, maturation took place, and that capacity will stop. So if it is so, then what will be the happening for the adult? Then they have to learn a language. They will not acquire a language. Okay, so it is a common phase, and child will be learning that capacity. Okay, and what is the strength of maturation theory? Gazelle's maturation theory focused on the physical and mental development of children. Okay, so we should accept our children that they will be doing a different thing in their different ages. If we believe on Gazelle's theory of maturation, we can accept more. That means why you can't speak fluently like your teachers. একটা 3 বছর নার্সারি এবং কেজি 1 এর বাচ্চাকে যদি আপনি বলি যে তুমি কেন কথা বলতে পারছো না ফ্রিকোয়েন্টলি, ঠিক আছে, তাকে যদি আমরা ব্লেম করি, Gazelle's theory says that no, it should not be. Naturally, the child hasn't got that capacity to produce that kind of language. Okay, so physical development, and through the physical development, mental development will occur following a sequence. Okay, so and there are some criticism, of course. So whenever we will be getting a theory, you will be the supporter of theory, but every theory will have some criticism. What is the criticism? Modern critics of Gazelle point out that he put too much emphasis on maturation, not enough on environmental factors such as learning. Okay, so maturation and learning. He said that following gene, sequence and environment. Here we have seen that he has given importance only for the maturation. That is the naturally every child will be learning language. So if it is done, then what will be happening for the socialization? Okay, a child shows his tongue to a visitor, unknown visitor. If most probably that child has seen it to some other child, and after getting that he can do some kind of behavior, or an adult might show such kind of attitude to her. So through the socialization, okay, he has adopted such kind of thing, or such other students can learn a different kind of thing for the basis of socialization and the environment. In Gazelle's theory, the environment part is omitted. He has only said that maturation is a natural process and a common process. Naturally, every student will be learning a thing. Criticism also include that the developmental stages imply too much uniformity, as if all children go through the stage of the same age. Yeah, actually, again we see that any theory cannot confirm a thing. Gazelle always puts emphasis that the development of child behavior and the language learning behavior of every child is equal. That is one of the linkages that cannot be observed for all kind of children. Some child is different. Okay, he has said that a slow learner, fast learner, he has said, and the moderate kind of learner in some offices, especially that is done by one of Gazelle's students. He said that what should be done to a children. how and in which way we will be talking to our children and what we will be expecting from our children, that is described by one of Gazel's students. But he said that everything is quite similar to every children, that cannot be accepted, because we see quite different to a child to another child. So that is another criticism of Gazel's theory.